What if the day you keep saying tomorrow to is actually the day God is giving you to change your life? Long ago, in a small village in ancient India, there lived a young man named Akash. He was intelligent, talented, and full of dreams. His father, a respected teacher, wanted him to study at the great center of learning at Takshashila and become a wise teacher. But Akash had one weakness. He always waited for tomorrow. Every morning he created a new goal. Every evening he said, "I'll start tomorrow." He loved music, enjoyed studying, and had natural strength for martial arts, but he never stayed consistent with anything. One day his father looked at him and said, "My son, time is one of God's greatest gifts. You cannot save today for tomorrow. If you keep wasting today, one day you will wish you could get it back." Akash listened, but his heart did not change. Then one day, a peaceful spiritual teacher named Nityanand arrived in the village. Akash approached him and said, "Teacher, I want to do something great with my life, but I never seem to begin." Nityanand smiled and asked, "If a farmer thinks about planting a seed every day but never puts it into the ground, will a tree ever grow?" Akash became silent. The teacher continued, "Every day you postpone is a seed you choose not to plant. God gives you today because today is where your purpose begins." Then Nityanand announced a 7-day challenge. Each day would require discipline, prayer and meditation, study, service, helping others, silence, physical discipline, and self-control. Akash immediately thought, "I'll start tomorrow." But before he could delay, Nityanand said, "Anyone who misses the first day cannot continue." That sentence awakened something inside Akash. He realized that opportunities do not always wait for us. The next morning, before sunrise, Akash began. He prayed, he studied, he served others. He followed every task without excuses. Day after day, he kept going. At the end of the week, only 2 students remained. Nityanand looked at Akash and said, "You have learned something that no book can teach you. A meaningful life is built one faithful day at a time." Akash earned the opportunity to study at Takshashila, but his greatest lesson was not about education. It was about discipline. At Takshashila, the routine was demanding. Students studied philosophy, mathematics, medicine, scripture, and martial arts. They woke before sunrise and spent their days learning and serving. Akash was no longer the young man who slept late and waited for tomorrow. One day, his teacher gave every student a difficult book and said, "You have 7 days to master it. Your examination will be on the 8th day." Akash confidently thought, "I can finish this in 1 day." He studied hard on the first day. On the second day, his effort became weaker. By the 3rd day, he was distracted. Soon, only 1 day remained. He stayed awake late into the night, desperately trying to finish. But he failed the examination. His teacher gently told him, "You cannot live 6 careless days and expect 1 desperate night to repair everything." Those words broke Akash's pride. He remembered the lesson he had ignored for years. Tomorrow is never promised. From that day forward, Akash stopped saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." Instead, he asked, "What can I faithfully do today?" Years passed, and Akash became a respected teacher. Whenever a student asked him, "What is the greatest wealth in life?" he smiled and answered, "Your greatest wealth is not money, success, or even knowledge. It is the day God has placed in your hands." Jesus taught us to seek God's kingdom first and trust Him with our future. We may not control tomorrow, but we can choose what we do with today. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Pray today, forgive today, work today, learn today, help someone today. Take 1 step toward the purpose God has placed in your heart today, because your future is built from the choices you make right now. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who keeps waiting for tomorrow. And remember, God gave you today for a reason. Don't waste the gift. This is Next Level Stories, where every story carries a lesson for your next level. Until the next story, remember, don't wait for tomorrow to become the person God is calling you to be. Start today.